You guys, I'm in New York and I'm in the mood to chit chat, so get ready with me and let's talk about all the updates in my life. First and foremost, we are in New York at my cousin's house. The house is plush, okay? First of all, shout out to you for marrying well. Thank you. Not sure if a lot of people know this about me, but I am a staunch New York hater. I know that triggers a lot of people as soon as I say that, but I just don't understand the general appeal of New York and this being the place that you live. I started my legal career here. I moved here right after law school. I spent 2 years living here and I just didn't get the point of being poor and cold. Like, why would you choose a destination where not only are you poor, and I was poor, I mean, I was making a lot of money as a first year associate. You start out making, what was it, like 225,000 a year. I was so poor. I was living on the 6th floor of a walk-up because I had such crazy loans, and also I'm an immigrant, so I'm always scared of running out of money. So I was just cold and poor for so long, and I did not understand it. I was like, if I'm gonna be poor, I'm gonna be warm. And I literally got here yesterday, and since I got here, my skin is already so dry. I've been using this Dynasty cream from Beauty of Joseon, and that's been helping me. And Asura, New York, activates the crustiest version of me. Also, you guys, we found a house and we are moving next month. I cannot wait. This house makes me feel like I'm a grown-up. It makes me feel like the great American dream. You know, when I thought about families who had kids and who had some money and who were living well, that's what this house is giving to me. I'm not sure how long we're gonna be here, but I really wanna make sure that the house looks appetizing, and I'm using that word very carefully because I wanna walk in and just be really excited about my life. And I believe the design of the house has such an impact on your day and how you feel, just all of that together. So I've hired an interior designer and I cannot wait to take you guys along for the process. I'm not a DIY girl. I don't want to do it myself. I'm a PIY girl. I'm gonna pay it myself. And I actually told my husband I wanted to hire a designer, and he's like, no, you don't need to. You have such great taste. That's such a waste of money. And this is why it's so important to have your own money, because as soon as he said no, I said, I'm still swiping that card. It was just a matter of whether it was this card or that card, but I'm gonna give baby girl what she wants. One thing about this Refi eyebrow gel, it's gonna push the eyebrows up, okay? It's getting every single piece of hair. Anyway, everyone's been asking me how motherhood has been, and I don't know how to tell you guys this. I am better now that I'm a mother. I'm in general someone who gets better as time goes on. I marinate really well. Some people do not, some people spoil. It's like the more time that I have in this world, the more time I have in life, the better I become. Now, transparently, I am anxious about becoming a mom of 2. My son is due at the end of summer. That just feels like a whole different ballgame. And also, I'm just such a girl mom. I don't know what it's gonna be like to have a son. And I hate those moms who have a weird Oedipus complex. I need to make sure that I don't become one of those. I wanna be the cool mother-in-law, the one who embraces the woman. I'm meeting up with an old colleague today, which is so crazy to say. I met this woman in 2017. I met her during my summer at Cravath, and she's now a partner. Just got engaged, so we're gonna go and celebrate, catch up. I haven't seen her since my wedding, which is now almost 2 years. Sometimes I do wish that I would have enjoyed my 20s just a little bit more. I was so stressed out about making it from a career perspective to a relationship perspective that I wasn't as present as I wish I would have been. But hindsight is 2020, because maybe the way that I maneuvered everything is why I have all the things that I want now at 33. I decided recently that I wanted to change the type of woman I want to be, and I know that sounds crazy, but the type of woman that I think I was heading towards was just a little bit more muted. It wasn't the true authentic version of myself. And that appears in everything. In the way that I dress, I typically dress in all black. I don't experiment with colors. I don't experiment with patterns. That goes back to exactly why I want to bring a designer in. I have all of these thoughts and ideas in my head, but I don't think I quite know what my style truly is yet. I didn't grow up being allowed to experiment, whether it was my room or my style. Like I said in my other videos, I was so focused on not wearing a hijab and wearing the most skimpy outfit known to mankind that the last thing I was doing was actually experimenting with style. And anyone with really good style is gonna tell you, you're not gonna figure out what your style is until you experiment. Right now, I find myself attracted to something edgy one day and then something super classy another. And while that might work for style, your home has to have a cohesive feel to it. I think the way that you can play it up is with art. So I've been going to so many little art fairs and art exhibitions. Also a great way to invest your money. When I was a lawyer, we read so many cases where people were essentially money laundering via art, but it's really hard to catch them. But if you're ever thinking about going into white collar crime, don't. Just buy art. One of my best friends is the tour manager for the Gorillas, and whenever I mention them, some people know who they are and some people don't. Transparently, I had heard only one song from them. I'm now very much so immersed in their world because she's their tour manager, and so I go to the shows to support, and they're gonna be on SNL this weekend. I'm not trying to do too much, but I just love a good bronzer. It's like the browner I look, better. That's why I'm so obsessed with my daughter. My daughter has the skin color that I have always wanted. She's just so beautiful. I've been trying to think a lot about how I want to raise Noe. And the truth is, I can give her every resource in the world, you really can, but she's going to get beat out by some kid in Memphis, Tennessee, because that kid in Memphis, Tennessee has that dog in them in a way that Noe doesn't, which means that I need to manufacture her having that dog in her. The reason I did so much better than my classmates was because I was an immigrant, because my parents gave up everything in order to give us a chance at a better life. Do you see how dry my scalp is? Ugh, I hate it here. I was doing this for more than just myself. I was doing it for my family, for lineage. I had that dog in me, and so no one was going to outwork me. God willing, everything with Iran gets better. She's going to be spending a lot of her summers there, understanding where I come from. I've had this conversation with a lot of my friends, and they said one of the ways that they're going to try to control for it is, for example, when they fly first class, the kids are going to be in economy. I don't agree with that. I think that's just unnecessary and strange. There are other ways to teach children the value of money and hard work. But listen, you gotta do what you gotta do to put that dog in your child. She's such a fun and vibrant baby. Every time I post her, everyone's like, oh my God, she's so happy. I'm interested to see what her brother's gonna be like because he's going to technically be a Leo. Noe is already such a star in the family. I don't know how a Leo is going to handle it. I feel like this is a good enough makeup look for a casual coffee. I like these Bobbi Brown tinted bombs. It's like a nice little creamier version of a chapstick, and it really makes my lips look so good. I did get some filler recently, which right now they're a little bit too big for me. I'm hoping they go down, but I do love the shape of them. Okay, cute. I just have to go figure out my hair and then head out. Thanks for hanging out with me. Love you. Bye.